Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Justin with the Millennial Mixtape, and I'm back with another episode of Best Theme Song Ever. This is episode 8, I do believe. And last week I posted a poll to see which show should cover, if it's going to be between Saved by the Bell or Saved by the Bell: The College Years. And it came out Saved by the Bell: The College Years. And then I had a surprising special guest talk about the show, which I will include later on with some of the things we discuss with the theme song. So that's going to be really exciting. Also, stay tuned. I am having my first ever giveaway. I'll be announcing the specifics of that at the end of the video, so you don't want to miss that. All right, we're back after this.
I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow, and it's all up to me how far.
All right, and we're back. Thanks for tuning in. If you're excited about what we're talking about today, go ahead and drop a comment below with your favorite character from Saved by the Bell: The College Years, which, I mean, it only lasted a season, so you have the original cast. I don't know. Can you have a favorite character from there? I don't know. Also, I dress like this because I was trying to dress like a stupid frat boy from the early 90s, and unsurprisingly, I feel like I look like a stupid frat boy from today. So, word to the frat boys, get some new fashion, I guess, right? Or I guess, is fashion cyclical? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about that. All right, so if this is your first time tuning in, let me explain how it works. So every week I look at a different TV show theme song. I examine the premise of the show as Wikipedia reports it, because a lot of these I haven't actually watched. There are a lot of TV shows out there. I don't know if you knew that. There's a lot. Then I examine the history of the theme song, and this is where our special guest comes in. Johnathan Wolff is the composer of the theme song, and we had a little conversation on Instagram about theme songs in general. So I'll talk about what he said about this theme song in particular. Right, and after we examine those two items, I look at 4 criteria to rate and review the theme song. First one, earworm ability, or the song's ability to be an earworm. Second criteria, intentionality of lyrics, or how well do the lyrics present the concept of the show. Third criteria, title sequence. Do I get a good sense of the show from the title sequence? And the fourth criteria, timeliness. How does this song fit into the soundscape of what was going on around it on radio and on charts? If you want more information about my rating system, I have the rubric listed right below the like button, so go ahead and give that a click when you're ready so you can see what constitutes a perfect score. With that, let's go ahead and dive into the premise of the show.
Maybe I'll see you around later.
Oh, good, because I'm gonna be around later. I don't know, maybe we could be around later together. Yes!
All right, so here's what Wikipedia says the premise of Saved by the Bell: The College Years is. Saved by the Bell: The College Years is more or less an extension of the original Saved by the Bell series with a very similar premise. The plot revolves around the 6 characters getting into trouble each week at the fictitious California University under the watchful eye of Mike Rogers, their resident advisor. During the first and second episodes, the series centers around Zach's schemes to try to get his sweet mate, Leslie, to fall for him. Starting with the 3rd episode, however, the plot branches out to become more centered around the entire gang and their various college issues, rather than just Leslie and Zach. An overarching theme of the series is Zach's efforts to win back the affections of Kelly, who is in love with their anthropology professor, Jeremiah Lasky. By the end of the series, Zach has won Kelly over again and they become engaged. Alright, so that's a lot of information for just one season of a TV show, and we're really following characters we've known for a while. If you watch the original series, and obviously you're familiar with who they are and kind of the hijinks they get into. A couple of quick things about the show. First one, Jeremiah Lasky is portrayed by Patrick Fabian, who you might know from Better Call Saul. So that's kind of our first connection to one of our other episodes. And also, one of the things I haven't really touched on with these theme songs is like the unrelatability of what happens in these shows. And the first one is Bob Golick plays Mike Rogers, who left the San Francisco 49ers. He was a player on the 49ers in the canon of the show, left the show to become a resident advisor at a college. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, I don't know why that would be a good life move. Clearly the man is single and has no care, or has no one to answer to other than himself. But that is ridiculous. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard about a TV show. All right, next thing we're going to talk about history of the theme song.
Our first class is learning the program of VCR.
And what's your midterm, taping one show while watching another?
Gee, I hope not.
Now here's something that's really exciting. As I mentioned, I had posted the teaser for my X-Files theme song episode when a man named Seinfeld Music Guy commented on it and said that he felt that X-Files was, in fact, the best theme song ever. I was like, nah, man, okay, cool, whatever, that's nothing. I do some digging. The guy is Johnathan Wolff, the actual Seinfeld music guy. He's the guy that wrote the Seinfeld theme song. and 75 other credits to his name. This man is a legend. I had no idea that that was actually him. And so he chimed in and started telling me about different shows that he's worked on, and he happened to write the theme song for Saved by the Bell, the college years. So he's the composer for the college years. Hey everybody, editing Justin here to say that I forgot to mention in discussing the college years with Mr. Johnathan Wolff, he mentioned that this was not even the best theme song he created that week, which really piqued my interest. So, Mr. Wolff, if you ever watch this, please let me know what was the better theme song that you crafted when you made the theme song for the college years. All right, back to editing. So this is our initial entry into the Wolfpack series. Oh. Yeah, but that's really exciting. So this is the first time we'll mention his name. Definitely will not be the last. The man has worked on some impressive shows. Seinfeld, obviously. Saved by the Bells, the college years. I mean, what's better than that? And Will and Grace, Blue Bloods, Criminal Minds, Caroline in the City. So yeah, so this is our first episode featuring the Wolfpack. That's my term that I coined it, and he's gonna sue me, but I hope he doesn't. Outside of knowing that, one of the things I really tried to find when I was researching the show is who sings the flippin' song? Who sings Standing on the Edge of Tomorrow? And it's all up to me how far I go. I don't know. I cannot find that information. If you can do some internet sleuthing and tell me who actually sings this song, it would be so appreciated, because I really genuinely have no clue. I could not find it anywhere. So I know that Johnathan Wolff composed it, no idea who sings it. And that's about the history that I've got for it. So first initial run of the Wolfpack, and I feel like it's sad because I don't really know much, right? But Johnathan Wolff, kudos to you, my friend. All right, now let's get into our first criteria, earworm ability.
Man, I'll tell you what, I love these scams. I bet you ran a lot of them in high school, huh? Are you kidding, Mike? I was the king. Oh, man, it's beautiful.
Okay, so I have to be careful because now I'm personal friends with Johnathan Wolff. I'm not. I've talked to him once on Instagram, and he denied my request for an interview. He's a very busy man. That is understandable. Not hurt at all by that. But I have to be careful because, yeah, I've interacted with this person now. It's a lot easier to be meaner to someone when you know you're never going to talk to them. But now I have, so we'll tread lightly. Earworm ability for this song. There's no denying that it's catchy. I mean, a show that was only on for one season. Here's a little bit of trivia. Saved by the Bell, the new class, premiered 1 week earlier than this song and lasted 6 more seasons. So that kind of puts that in perspective because that show was god-awful, in my opinion. So we have Saved by the Bell, the college years, only lasting a season, and my wife and I regularly bust out into the theme song of Saved by the Bell, the college years. So I think that does lend some credence to its earworm ability, memorability maybe, but I won't say that it's something that gets stuck in my head and I can't get rid of immediately. I can't like immediately flush it out with some other song. So for earworm ability, I'm going to have to give the college years a 3 out of 4. All right, our next criteria, intentionality of lyrics.
Hey, turn off the light.
So again, we're looking at how well do the lyrics play up the premise of the show, let us know what the show's about. It's not gonna be great here. It really speaks more in generalities, like standing on the edge of tomorrow, it's all up to me how far I go. Standing on the edge of tomorrow, today. Never seen such a view before. Before my eyes, so much fun. I hope I don't include that song in the final video. But we are getting a sense of this is new for these characters. This is a new experience. This is something where they are approaching the next phase in their life, which is what you want, right? I mean, you don't want to go to college as the same person you were in high school. And when you change haircuts, clearly that proves that that's what happened. When we see Zach with his mop. For intentionality of lyrics, it's fun and it's easy to make fun of, as you know, someone has done by placing that song over a trailer for Tom Cruise's Live Die Repeat, aka Edge of Tomorrow. But I don't really think it gives us a strong sense of what's going to happen in the show. So for intentionality of lyrics, I'm going to have to give it a 2.5 out of 4. All right, our next criteria, title sequence.
Zach, there won't be another time. Now, these guys can get your career moving before you can graduate. Think about this, buddy.
Whew. So as I was just mentioning, you don't want to go to college the same person you were in high school, right? You want to be different, either trying to reinvent yourself or, establish a persona, whatever, I don't know. Maybe your college experience was different than mine. I was trying to escape a nickname that plagued me for years. Anyway, with the title sequence, you do get a sense that the characters that you know, right? We see Slater, we see Zach, we see Screech, have evolved. Kelly comes in later on, and then there's guest appearances with Jesse and Lisa. Outside of like a wardrobe change, it's still the early 90s. It still feels very 90s-ish. It doesn't really give me a strong sense of what I'm in for. So for title sequence, while fun and different, it definitely establishes a different feel from the high school experience. I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 4. And finally, timeliness of the song.
Whenever you're afraid, just pretend you're Slater. There's just one problem with that, Zach. What? I'm not going, I don't want to die!
So Saved by the Bell, the college years premiered September 14th, 1993. That was 27 years ago. Either I didn't realize how far of a span of time that is, or that show came out way earlier than I thought it had. The song that was number 1 in the charts when this show premiered was Dream Lover by Mariah Carey. Sandwiched in between UB40's Can't Help Falling in Love and Meatloaf's I Would Do Anything for Love. So 93, right, we're kind of breaking into more of a rocky feel, right? We're going like Nirvana is starting to hit its peak. We're leaving behind kind of the hair metal. We're getting more like R&B influence, right? Boyz II Men will soon be creeping up on the charts. We have Mariah Carey there right now. So it's a little different than what we're accustomed to. It's different, and I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's different while showing kind of the variance of what was going on with the charts, right? If we kind of look at where everything was at that point. So things are really starting to shift kind of in what music sounded like in America, and you can't really put your thumb on one exact genre or style. And so because of that, it just kind of blends into the noise. Like there's nothing that's especially special about it, but at the same time, it's not entirely out of place with what was going on because everything was just so varied there. So for timeliness, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say that Saved by the Bell, the college years, just because of where it sits with everything else, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. So now we're coming into the final stretch. We're going to try and put in our final score. So we have a 3.5, a 2, a 2.5, and a 3. Add all that up, that gives us a score of 68.75. Round up, we have a 69. I believe that Jake and the Neverland Pirates had a 69. So, good company, not terrible. So, Saved by the Bell, the college years. Johnathan Wolff, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I know it was just like a second, but I do appreciate your time. You did excellent. But if you could tell me who sings the song too, I would appreciate that as well. So let's talk about the contest really quickly. I'll be doing my first ever giveaway. All you need to do is share this video, get me up to 100 subscribers. So as of right now, I'm at 80, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot of people. But if I can get up to 100, that would really help me out, kind of help the visibility of the channel. So once I hit 100, I will be giving away either a $20 gift certificate to iTunes. Do people still say gift certificates? I'll be giving away $20 to iTunes or Google Play Music, or if you would like, I will buy a season of your show of choice, provided it's on either Vudu, Amazon, Google Play, or iTunes, to the value of $25 and send it to you through email. I'll gift it to you. If you would be so kind, share any of my content. Try and get me up to 100 people and comment below saying shared and what you are liking about the channel so far. That would really help. Try to get me to 100 subscribers. That would be awesome. With that, again, I'm Justin with the Millennial Mixtape. If you enjoyed today's content, please like and subscribe and share. And I'll be back next week with another episode of Best Theme Song Ever. These do drop weekly. Over here is going to be a video that you might be interested in. Go ahead and give that a click. And with that, I am gone. So I'll see you next time. And until I see you, stay safe, stay well. And remember, it's all up to you how far you go.